Must know number 1, complementary and supplementary angles. Let's start with complementary angles. Complementary angles are two angles with a sum of 90 degrees. And if you were to put two complementary angles together, they would form a right angle. If I were to draw two line segments that form a right angle, and then break that angle up into two different angles, let's call them angle A and angle B, because these two angles combined together form a right angle, I know the sum of those two angles is 90 degrees, which means those two angles are complementary. So let's do a quick example with complementary angles. In this example, it says to calculate angle theta. If I zoom in on this diagram, we can see that the 70-degree angle and angle theta are complementary, because together they combine to make a 90-degree angle. So I could say that theta plus 70 equals 90 degrees. So to calculate theta, I just have to find the difference between 90 and 70, which is 20 degrees. Now I'll zoom out and we'll talk about supplementary angles. Supplementary angles are two angles with a sum of 180 degrees. When supplementary angles are combined, they form a straight line. So if I were to draw a line segment and break up one side of that line segment into two different angles, let's call them angle A and angle B, notice that when combining angle A and angle B together, they form a straight line, which means that angle A plus angle B equals 180 degrees, which means angle A and angle B are supplementary angles. And let's do a quick example with supplementary angles. In this example, we need to calculate angle theta again. So let me zoom in and notice that angle theta and 70 degrees combined together form a straight line, so they're supplementary. That means that angle theta plus that 70-degree angle would have to equal 180 degrees. So to calculate theta, just find the difference between 180 and 70, which means that angle theta would be 110 degrees. So I'll zoom out so you can see that whole section, and let's continue on where we learn angle theorems that involve other shapes and also parallel line theorems.